Get ready! It's Chrissy's life. It's Mommy's time. Yes, talk about it. Yes, talk about it. It's Chrissy's life. It's Mommy's time. Yes, talk about it. Yes, talk about it.
Subscribe, join the fam for some sit-downs, vlogs, chatting with Chrissy, and of course, Chrissy Cooks.
Go, Mommy! Go, Mommy! That was fun!
Hey, what up fam? Thank you for joining me for this episode of Chrissy Cooks. Today I'm going to show you how to make this simple and easy honey garlic chicken. Very simple ingredients. Please make it your own. Stay tuned. Okay, what I'm starting with here is a hot pan. I have it on medium-high heat, and I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons or so of butter. Now you know me, I just don't have any patience, so I'm going to help this butter along just a little bit. It's taking too long to melt, even though I just put it in the pan, right? But I'm just going to coat the bottom of the pan. So I have some boneless, skinless chicken breasts here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to season them with some black pepper, and I also have some Himalayan pink salt. You can use any kind of salt you want. That's just what I had on hand. But make sure you season them liberally because chicken needs flavor. So after I seasoned them well, I just went ahead and placed them in the pan. Remember, the heat is on medium-high heat. And I'm going to cook them until they're completely done or 3/4 of the way done, because we're going to finish this dish off in the oven. So when they get a little bit of color on them, just go ahead and flip them over and cook the other side. Now you guys know that I cook for a lot of people, so most likely you're not going to cook this much. So just be mindful that I had to do this particular thing about 3 times. So all you're going to do is just cook all of your chicken until it's done. And once you're done with it, you just put it to the side and start with your next step. This is the hardest part of the whole recipe, just cooking up your chicken. And you see, this is super easy, so it's not a hard recipe at all. And here I am with these tongs. I don't know what to say about them. I guess they're doing what they're supposed to do, but anyway. I went ahead and rinsed out my pan and towel dried it because I want to go ahead and put some more butter into my pan to make my honey garlic sauce. So I'm going to go in with about a tablespoon of butter and get that melted. You really don't have to wash your pan because you're cooking everything, together. So whatever's left in there is just fine. You can just rinse it out. And there I go, helping the butter along again. So once we have that in the pan and everything's melted, I'm gonna go ahead with my seasonings. I'm gonna start off with the garlic, the main ingredient of the sauce. So we're gonna go ahead and put the garlic in the pan, and I have about 2 tablespoons of garlic here, 1.5 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons. And what you want to do is make sure that you move your garlic around in the pan. You don't want to let it sit, because if garlic sits and it burns, it makes it real bitter. So that will ruin your entire recipe. So make sure you keep your garlic moving in your pan until it becomes fragrant. Once it becomes fragrant, then you're going to go ahead and add the rest of your seasonings. And that usually takes no more than about 15 seconds. So in this bowl, I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, I have 2 teaspoons of pepper, and I have 2 teaspoons of thyme. And I'm going to go ahead and pour those into my pan. And then to this, I'm going to add the honey. I would say add 1/4 cup of honey, but I added about 1/2 cup of honey. I did have a lot of chicken, but I'm sure most of you won't be making as much as I did, so use 1/4 cup of honey. And then once you get that in the pan, you just go ahead and mix everything up and let everything get acquainted in the pan. And what you're going to look for is a bubble. It's already going to start to bubble. Your brown sugar is going to melt. Make sure you break up any clumps of brown sugar. You're going to see that I had one in this pan and I was fishing around for it. You really don't have to worry about the brown sugar because it's going to melt anyway, but you know, it's just annoying to have a chunk of brown sugar in your pan. So and once you get everything combined, you're just going to let everything cook. And it's going to come to a rapid bubble, and you want to let it do that for at least 5 to 7 minutes. And I want you to make sure you stir it every once in a while. Don't just let it sit there. Every once in a while, come back to it and give it a little stir. But you do want it to bubble just like this for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now right here I have about a pound of frozen green beans. Now you can use fresh if you like, but you even can use canned if you like. I'm going to go ahead and season those with salt and pepper. By all means, if you have seasonings that you like, you can definitely add the seasonings that you like. You know, I always tell you guys to make my recipes your own. This is just a basic. I want you guys to add something to it. I do know that to this sauce, you can add soy sauce. It kind of gives you the taste of General Chicken. It reminds you of that. You can add, you know, some soy sauce to the sauce. If you want a more savory type sauce, you can even do this sauce with honey and lemon pepper. So you would have a honey lemon pepper chicken. You can use bone in, you can use bone out, you can use it however you want. So once you finish seasoning those green beans, you're going to go ahead and add your chicken back to your sauce. And just try to nestle it in there and get everything with a little bit of that sauce on it. You're going to end up pouring the rest on the top. I don't know what I was doing by thinking I was going to take all of that chicken and put one piece in there at a time. but I just went ahead and dumped it in there. So, and the juices. Just go ahead and mix it up and get everything with a little light coating on it. And then once everything has a little light coating on it, then we're gonna go to our pan of string beans. Just put them in there, spread them out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our chicken and we're going to nestle it right on top of those green beans. If y'all haven't noticed, I always try to make things more difficult for myself. Like, why am I reaching way back there to get the chicken? I could pull it to the front, right? I realized that probably about 6 or I'll say about 5 or 6 pieces of chicken in, I realized I can pull it up. Make it easier on myself. But yeah, just make sure you cover up your string beans the best you can. It's okay if some are peeking out. This is going to help to cook your string beans. They're going to be covered, which is going to create some steam into your green beans. So this is going to cause some steam, so you want to definitely cover them up all the way. And once you get them covered up, you go ahead and drizzle the rest of that sauce over the top of your chicken. Make sure you get all of those garlic bits out of the bottom of your pan. If you're anything like me, I love garlic. So, and yes, that pan was heavy. It's messing with my triceps and my biceps. So now this is what everything's looking like. Your string beans are covered up. Your chicken is drizzled with your sauce and ready for the oven. It has a little bit of color on it, but you want it to be golden brown. So what you're going to do is you're going to put this into a 400-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. And then when you take it out of the oven, it's going to look just like this. Nice and golden brown. Your string beans are well cooked. Now, if you like your string beans with a little bite to them, then this is perfect for you. If you like them to be softer, all you need to do is cover up your pan and keep them in there for an extra 10 to 15 minutes, and they will definitely be soft for you. Take a look at that, y'all. That looks delicious. Simple ingredient stuff that you already have in your cabinet. Salt and pepper. If you want to season it with seasoning salt, if you want to add some sesame seeds to it, you can definitely do that. If you want to add some soy sauce to the sauce, you can definitely do that. Now I've plated it up. That is a wonderful meal. It's very inexpensive, very easy, very little work. And it tastes amazing. Like I said, if you're used to something with a little more zing rather than sweet, I would suggest that you add some soy sauce or a little bit of salt to your sauce, preferably soy sauce. If you don't have any, salt will be fine. You can add, like I said, sesame seeds, add different seasonings. You can do this with bone in, bone out chicken. The only reason I did not use chicken breast is because it tends to get dry if you cook it too long. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Make sure you like and leave me a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't, and please share this video with anyone and everyone you know. And until next time, you guys, peace.